So question number 1 says, according to the passage, the large ice sheets typical of glacial cycles are most directly caused by. The first paragraph tells me that something in Earth's climatic equation changes or has changed 8 times in the past million years, allowing snow in the mountains and northern latitudes to accumulate from one season to another instead of melting away. So option D, which closely resonates with this, the continual failure of snow to melt completely during the warmer seasons in northern latitudes and mountainous areas is the most direct cause of the most direct cause of the formation of large ice sheets. Option A, changes in average temperature, not mentioned anywhere. Increases in the evaporation rates, not mentioned anywhere. Increase in the precipitation rate in northern latitudes, not mentioned anywhere, let alone as a most direct cause. Easy question, guys. Question 2 says, it can be inferred from the passages which of the following is true of the water logged in glaciers and ice sheets today. Okay. So a general physical phenomena is given here, and it is told to us that O18 is lower in these glaciers or ice caps and higher in seawater. And because this is generally true for every age, option D should be the correct answer. In comparison with seawater, it is relatively poor in oxygen 18. Oxygen 18 is lower in ice caps, so the glaciers are relatively poor in oxygen 18. Option D should be the answer. Option A is a tempting choice. It is richer, the glaciers today are richer in oxygen 18 than frozen water was during past glacial periods. It's not about frozen water. If the comparison had been made between glaciers today and the glaciers in the past glacial periods, then this answer choice would have been correct. But it talks about frozen water in general and not glaciers in particular. So that's the problem with it. Options B and C are not even mentioned anywhere in the passage. Question 3 says, the discussion of oxygen isotope ratios in paragraph 3 of the passage suggests that which of the following must be assumed if the conclusions are to be validly drawn. Okay, this is a critical reasoning question, an assumption type question. Whenever you are asked to identify author's assumption, it's a critical reasoning question. You'll have to think, and the answer will not be directly written in the passage. Mind that. Let's understand the argument here. It's given to us that whenever ice starts accumulating or whenever glaciation happens, the O18 ratios drop in the ice caps, ice sheets, and they start rising in the seawater. And this estimation, therefore, this estimation of these ratios can be used to trace the glacial cycles. Now, guys, if O18 ratios are being used to trace the glacial cycles, this estimation will be valid only if other factors X, Y, Z are not affecting these ratios. Because if there are other factors X, Y, Z which are affecting O18 ratios, then our estimation of O18 ratios will not lead to any conclusive results. Therefore, what is the author assuming? Author is assuming that glaciation is the only natural phenomena which affects O18 ratios, and there is no other phenomena, no phenomena other than glaciation, no natural process which affects these ratios. Option C should be the correct answer. Option A, Earth's overall annual precipitation. Option B, the various chemicals dissolved, they are irrelevant because this entire estimation depends upon O18 oxygen isotopes only and not other chemicals. And water molecules falling on polar ice caps or on continents again is irrelevant as long as they fall at a distance of from the seawater. So this is how you solve critical reasoning questions, guys. You'll have to think a bit. Question 4 says the passage suggests that the scientists who first constructed a coherent continuous picture of past variations in marine sediment isotope ratios did which of the following? So which scientist does the question talk about? The question talks about these scientists in the last paragraph who calculated isotope ratios here, and they did which of the following? It is written here that they analyzed cores drilled from seafloor sediments. Hundreds of cores have been analyzed by them, which means they have matched the data obtained. Option B. They combined data derived from the analysis of many different core samples. Option B should be the correct answer. It is not written that they match data obtained by geologists with that provided by the astronomers. This is wrong. Compare the data obtained from core samples in many different marine environments, that is correct, with the data samples derived from polar ice caps. This is not mentioned. Relied primarily on the data obtained from the analysis of Emiliani's core samples. No, they have analyzed more sediments. So they did not relied primarily on Emiliani's samples. They did rely on his research method or research technique, but not the samples. They had their own samples. The passage suggests that the scientists mentioned in line 5 considered their reconstruction of past astronomical cycles to be. So scientists mentioned in line 5, these are the scientists. And these scientists speculated. This is an important word in context of this question. They speculated that these glacial cycles were ultimately driven by astronomical factors such as X, Y, and Z. But the lack of record of ice age timings made this hypothesis untestable. And let's read the options now. Did they consider their reconstruction of past astronomical cycles to be unreliable? They're unreliable? No, not really. Because astronomical observations have been made and recorded for only a few thousand years. Nowhere mentioned. Option B says they considered it to be adequate enough to allow that reconstructions used in explaining the glacial cycles if a record of the latter could be found, which means if a record of glacial cycles could be found, then their reconstruction of past astronomical cycles could be used in explaining these glacial cycles. Absolutely the correct answer. That is what these lines tell us. Option C says they were in the need of confirmation their hypothesis. Yes, that's correct. Through comparison with an independent source of information. That is also correct. Written here, independent source of information needed. About astronomical phenomena, no. About the ice age timing. So what they needed was ice age record. Astronomical cycles were already available. The records for them were already available. Okay. They considered it incomplete and therefore unusable. No, they were not unusable, not mentioned in the passage. Which of the following best expresses the main idea of the passage? Okay, let's see. Option A says marine sediments have allowed the scientists, that is correct, these shells, these marine sediments here, have allowed the scientists to amass data, last paragraph, tending to confirm that astronomical cycles drive Earth's glacial cycles. That was scientists' belief given in the first paragraph. And as I explained in the passage analysis video, this evidence has proved, or it tends to prove the scientist's hypothesis, speculation here. So option A should be the correct answer. It covers all the important aspects of the passage. Option B says the ratio between two different isotopes of oxygen in seawater correlates closely with the size of Earth's ice sheets. That's only a minor point in the discussion. That's factually true. That's correct, but that's not the main idea of the passage. That's a mechanism or some estimation used to prove a bigger point that astronomical cycles lead to glacial cycles. And this point is the core here. Scientist hypothesis is the core point here. So this is an understatement. Option C says, surprisingly, single cell marine organisms provide a record for Earth's ice ages. Again, the astronomical cycles or astronomical factors are absent from this answer choice. Also, it is not single cell organisms in general. It is a particular single cell organism, Foraminifera, what it is, which has led to this estimation. So option C is also incorrect. Option D, the Earth's astronomical cycles have recently been revealed to have an unexpectedly large impact on the Earth's climate. Well, it covers the central idea. However, it uses two words with which I have objection. It hasn't recently been revealed. 1950s Emiliani proved it. Second, unexpectedly large. No, they already expected. Scientists already speculated that this was the case. So it was not unexpected at all. So attempting choice, however, incorrect. If you enjoyed watching these videos, guys, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your VM signing off. Keep watching for more.